Welcome,
Hi,
Tzipi.
Tzili.
Welcome everybody to another tzuzamen. We have Ron Kerbs with us, the founder and the CEO of Kidas, of basically kids or kiddos?
Kidas.
Kidos. Okay. So what does it mean?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me here.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Basically, Kidas protects kids in online multiplayer video games. So we created technology to protect kids in more than 400 games. And kids today, and we talked about it just before, play a lot of games. It's estimated that about 90% of the kids in the boys in the US play, 70% of the girls. We help parents to protect kids when they play those games.
What do you mean?
From scam.
When you say protect from what?
Yeah, so protect them from scams. A lot of online predators are trying to scam those kids, get private information, get their parents' credit card information, get their location, and bullying, harassment. Even some of their friends are sometimes their friends from school are harassing them, bullying them, and those things that might seem, irrelevant or maybe not as meaningful for us as adults could be really, really meaningful for kids.
So basically, they sign in, and through the parents get the protection and they install it for the kids.
Yeah, so basically parents install it on their kids' PC, on their kids' computers. We automatically in the background connect to all of those games. We support more than 400 games. And then usually, kids don't even notice it. And, even though we encourage parents to tell their kids that it's installed, only when something happens and parents get email or text
Who is
message.
monitoring it? Do you have somebody or it goes automatically?
It's an AI in the background.
Oh.
And we analyze all of the conversations as part of the context of the game. So, if someone is shooting at you at the game and you're going to tell them, hey, I'm going to kill you, we're not going to alert anyone because you're playing a game, you're playing a shooting game. But if, for some reason, someone is telling you, hey, can you tell me your parents' work schedule because I want to meet you? Those are type of the things that we're going to share with parents.
So those computer games, they come with the text of their own, or the kids create the text, the conversations.
Yeah. So basically, most computer
games from the boys.
Basically, most of the games today have their own voice communication. So if you're playing against someone or even with someone, you can communicate, you can talk with them. And so it opens the world for kids to talk with people from around the globe, which is a good thing. They're exposed to more opinions, they're exposed to other people, but also opens a lot of risks for online predators, scammers, people who don't have the kids' benefit in their mind.
Do you have a age range? Like, because I don't see that. Look, my kids are 25. I'm not
And they're
going
still
to.
playing?
Yeah, of course they're playing.
So she can put, she will put
I'm not going to put anything, but they speak through the game. They speak with each other. They speak with friends. They speak with people everywhere. It doesn't matter where they are. One in Israel, one in Japan, one in New York. They play. But
so how do you follow the conversation? Are the AI detecting sentences which are not related to the game, right? But they are insulting or abusive, or right?
So it's not basically like that. It's a little bit different. So basically, the AI runs behind the scenes, and it monitors the conversation, but it also monitors the game itself. So the AI knows what people are doing in the game. Are they shooting at each other? Are they in the lobby? So they're waiting for the game to begin. Is it the first time that they're playing together, or maybe they have been playing together for the last 2 years? Do they know each other? What is their age? Based on the type of words that they use, based on their voice. What are their emotions? Are they happy? Are they sad? Are they crying? Are they laughing?
You
And
feed
then
the
also,
AI with those questions?
so the AI learns it from the conversation. So the AI is able
but
to
you're
understand.
feeding the AI, like I wanted the AI to do something. So I did tell them what I want. I was specific.
Yeah. So unlike AI, like, ChatGPT or anything that you would use. We built our own AI. Of course, we use some open source systems and we use some known algorithms, but we've built our own algorithms, and we feed all of the information from the game. So we have partnerships with some of the, game developers. We work also with antivirus providers, so we get access to this information, of course, with the approval and with the consent of the parents and the kid, and then we're able to.
The kids have to. Oh.
So legally they don't have to prove it. We're talking about kids who are 8 to 15 years old. We're not talking about 25, of course. So legally they don't have to approve it in any state in the US. But we do encourage parents to let their kids know and to have conversation about this topic. We're not thinking
What do you
ourselves
do with teenagers above 15?
They don't.
So they can use it. They can use it. They can use it, but at this stage they're already old enough to protect themselves. So we treat it as basically the training for kids. So when someone starts to drive, whether it's in the US or Israel, they have someone sitting next to them showing them how to operate the vehicle, what to do, how to put on your seatbelt, how to drive, how do I turn left, how do I turn right, how do I park. When we send kids to play online, no one is showing them those things.
Give
Just
us
expect them, hey.
examples of scam, but good one.
Yeah, so there are a lot of examples for scams. Like one of the most known one is exchange an account. So basically, someone is telling you, hey, we're playing this game and you want to go through this level, but you're not succeeding. Like you tried it maybe 50 times and every time you're failing in going through the next level. So how about we switch accounts? I'll do it for you, and then you can move on to the next account, to the next level. And once they switch accounts, they forget that their parents' credit card is connected to the account, and then the attacker, once they switch account, can use their parents' credit cards to buy virtual assets. So for example, they can buy V-Bucks, which is the currency in Fortnite. And once they buy those things, they send it to themselves. And once they have those virtual assets, they go to websites like eBay and other websites and sell those virtual assets. So basically, it's a very sophisticated one. You first build trust with the kid. You play with them for maybe 2 or 3 months. Then you switch accounts. Then you buy yourself virtual assets through their account using their parents' credit card, which is associated and connected to the account. Then you move the virtual assets to your own account because you're in their account, so you can do whatever you want with the virtual asset. And after you have it in your own account, then you can use it and sell it and basically convert it to real money outside.
How do they protect themselves? How fast can we find out that they did something? How long it takes?
For scammers or?
Yeah, to find the scammers.
Because
find them.
listen, we have scammers all the time. They just develop together with the technology. As you develop, they develop, and they use everything. How long it takes to find out that we got that?
Yeah, so with our system, you get an immediate alert. So if something is just like showing signs of a scam, and you're going to get an email right away, you're going to get a text message right away. More than that, we're detecting the early signs of scams. So if someone is starting to build, confidence and trust with your daughter or son, and we're already alerting you, hey, they're talking with someone who's older based on the analysis of their language, based on the analysis of their voice. Something is not as usual. Pay attention. They're not starting to scam them. They didn't do anything active, but they're starting to build, the relationship, and you should be aware of that as a parent.
Yes, there is a possibility of using this world to radicalize people. I mean, like lure them into believing Daesh, or, is it possible that through the games, after they get the trust,
you can use
they can use
everything.
messages to, engineer them for.
Yeah, it's not just a possibility, it's reality. So it's a pretty well-known thing that actually.
It's a vehicle for everything.
Yeah, on the West Coast specifically, it was in Colorado. There was a group of neo-Nazis that who basically recruited their new participants, their new group members through online gaming. It was, widely spread. And up until 2 years ago, when the FBI caught them, they were recruiting new members to their neo-Nazi terrorist organization through online gaming. They had hundreds of members. At least dozens of them were recruited through online gaming. It was a huge thing. Also, they're talking about terrorists using some of those gaming interactions because they know, hey, no one would think that, anyone is talking about serious topics here in gaming. So that was like, it was in some movies, but that's based on reality of terrorists using the gaming interaction and to communicate between themselves.
And the companies who create those games don't do anything to protect.
So they're trying to do a lot of things. The problem is, first of all, the technology. And up until now, you needed to have very, special ability to monitor those conversations. And secondly, one of their incentives is not to solve this problem because some of the toxic players, those are the people who are harassing other players, are the most, profitable players. Those are the players who pay money. Those are the players who are advertising, talking about the game. So they don't want to, scare those players away. Gaming is a very can be a very toxic world. It's estimated that about 60% of the kids who play will be bullied, harassed, or scammed before they turn 18.
Wow.
So it's part of the culture of gaming. So anyone who played, I played a lot growing up, and anyone who played knows that, that's part of the culture.
But why do you stop at 15? Because there's so many things that take place after 15, let's say till 18, because here 18 is a very clear border. But between 15 and 18, you have all the sex problems, all the big bullies. The bullies are very violent. Why do you stop at 15?
We don't stop. We don't have a technological barrier.
No, but they can apply. Yeah, they can use it.
They can still use it, but it's not our target,
But
age.
you're not there.
What do you mean?
You're not there. The protector, you're not there.
No, parents can still use the software. It's just not the recommended age. If you have a son who's 16, 17, feel free to use it. Our plan is basically to show kids how to play correctly when they're young. So when they're starting to play, when they're 8, 9, and then when they graduate, when they're 15, they should already know how to deal with these interactions. Because when we send those alerts to parents, we not just send the alerts. We have a partnership with children's psychologists, with children's psychiatrists from Trope, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and they basically help parents to deal with the situation. So it's not just about telling kids, hey, you're not allowed to play anymore. It's about telling kids, hey, I came across this interaction that you had with a scammer. Here is what they try to do. Here is what you do next in case, next time you come across those things. So it's about educating kids how to behave and how to interact online in those games. Because as you start playing as a kid today, like everyone is going to be harassing you, everyone is going to be trying to scam you. And since that's the only thing that you saw, and you think, okay, that's the way that you behave in gaming. So as you become older, as you become like 17, 18, you are the one who's starting to bully or harass other players because that's the way you learn that, you play. So that's what we're trying to prevent. We're trying to, break this vicious cycle.
Did anybody once try to pass a positive message through the games?
Yeah, so that's for sure. Like, there are a lot of positive messages. That's not like, I don't want you to think that I'm, advocating against gaming, that I think gaming is all bad. I think gaming is great. I think gaming helps kids develop social skills. They interact with a lot of other people that maybe they couldn't meet otherwise. Maybe they live in Israel and they talk with kids in the US and they speak English. They practice their language. And it helps you to build your confidence. A lot of those kids are not confident in other things. Maybe they're not doing well in school. Maybe they're not the best basketball players, but here in gaming, they can be the best version of themselves. So a lot of, social behaviors are good. emotional regulation, if you know how to control yourself, because you have to have a lot of precision when you play those games. A lot of positive effect that gaming have. But as with everything, the good comes with the bad, unfortunately.
To what degree, what is the percentage, more or less, of parents who are approaching you? And I don't know how much competition you have, how many companies are doing what you do, but also how much parents decide to join those, software.
Yeah. So we have, it's actually pretty popular. And so far we were protecting more than 2.8 million conversations every month.
Wow.
And more than 400,000 gamers are protected by our software. And we keep growing. Our goal is basically to partner with antivirus companies and combine it within their product, with gaming companies and combine it within their product, with internet service providers and combine it with their product. And we already have a few successful partnerships with some of those big companies. So when we're talking about internet service providers, Comcast, the big internet service provider, is actually one of our investors, and we launched with them to their Xfinity Rewards members. Intel, the big PC manufacturer and chip manufacturer, is actually a partner, and today you can get our software through their channel as well. We work with a few antivirus providers. Our goal is basically to help everyone who's providing anything related to gaming, whether it's your internet.
It's to give your services together with the game. When you get a game, it comes together with your services. Automatically.
So that's actually not our goal, because we think that the game companies and the parents have different incentives. So look at some of the social media companies, because that's easier for all of us. A lot of us use Facebook or Instagram. The younger generation uses TikTok. Sometimes the incentives of the companies are different from the incentives of the parents. As a parent, you don't want your kids to be exposed to so many ads. As the company, you want your customers to be exposed to ads. As a parent, you don't want your kid to be exposed to so much toxicity. As a game company, some of the most toxic players are the most loyal players, so maybe you do want to keep them in the game. So our goal is to provide the software to parents and not necessarily to the games themselves.
What about in educational institutions like schools? Don't they want to have a say? I mean, to have an entrance to this, and they do?
So I don't know. I don't know if it's widely known, but more than 800 universities in the U.S., universities and colleges, now have esports programs. So the same as they have a football team, they have a basketball team or swimming team, they have an esports, a group of players who play PC games. And as part of it, we provide our services to universities and high schools as well.
Competitions now, no?
Yeah, they have competitions. Yeah, they have regional competitions, and the esports finals is watched by billions. So it's I think the only event that is watched more than the esports finals in the world is actually the Super Bowl. More people watch it. Sorry, more people watch it than than people watching the NBA finals. So a lot of people also watch people play. And as a result, universities have now programs with esports. High schools have esports programs. Now middle schools even have it. And they're starting to buy our software. Not because they, want to use it, but because they have to use it. Like they want to make sure that the kids are safe when they play. They want to make sure that they're protecting their brand when they play. Imagine like you're a widely known university and something happened in your venue while the students were playing. Someone was scammed, someone was harassed. They want to make sure that they're protecting their brand and their students, of course. So yeah, of course, we're working with institutions, educational institutions to implement our software and install it as part of our strategy to protect players no matter where they are, whether they play at home or whether they play in the high school or the university.
There are conferences for kids. Do we have, you know what I mean? Like your kids used to go to conference of
No, but it's not conferences like this. It's more like no. Oh, I forgot
The
the name.
COVID is really
No,
erasing part of our.
no.
We all had COVID lately. It's really affecting our thinking.
My boys used to go to, how do you call all these huge gathering in San Diego and in Manhattan.
Conferences, no? Like
Yes,
conferences
yes.
or like
Look, but I forgot the
Yeah,
name.
there even ones about Harry Potter, but your kids didn't go to Harry Potter, right? But
No,
there
the
are
conventions they used to go, but there is the big one, Ron, that all these kind of movies and shows and
don't look at me.
gone. But anyway, it will come
It's
back
your
to me.
boys.
But
My boy doesn't.
it's like you're talking and talking and everything is the same, like since we grew up and since our parents grew up, just that the problem grows with technology and you have to develop technology to help this technology, not to
Yeah.
ruin the
Even
kids.
I fell into,
So
I don't remember, I cannot even recall what happened. I know that somebody through email something, and I ended up letting them use my computer, like sharing my computer. And they started to, I saw all this, whatever. And I was lucky because I don't have anything on my computer. And when they asked me about, my bank account, stuff like this, I innocently told them, oh, my husband has it, not me, but he will be home tomorrow. And then, of
wow.
course, when I told him, and they did call the next day, and I just hung up. But if, I might as well, or if my husband was as stupid as me, but it's amazing that they even could, reach a woman like me.
Ron, can you tell if it's one person behind it or a whole group? Does it matter?
Many groups.
No,
Yeah,
but it matter because basically everybody who has an iPhone can create a whole system on his own and work alone. It doesn't need partners. If it's a whole gang, it's a different story.
yeah, so it depends. There are like we call them the script kiddies. Those are hackers that are sometimes are kids themselves trying to steal virtual assets, and then usually they're working by themselves. Maybe they went online to a forum, they found like a way to do that. Someone told them on Reddit how to do that or another online forum, and then they're doing it by themselves. But there are also like groups, like almost like online gangs that are working together to do that. They have like someone who's doing the analysis, trying to identify who are the targets, and then someone who's reaching out, talking with them and texting them, and then they have the technical guy or person to do the actual hacking. And sometimes it's a lot about social interaction, so they don't even need to hack your account.
The
You're
real
going to give
bad
them all of the
hackers come
details that
from a,
they
Comic-Con, it came back to me.
right.
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, yeah.
God.
Right. Right. So there are countries who are like big on hackers. I mean, the hackers mainly come from specific countries, or it's all over.
So I think it's all over. Of course, the more developed countries, you have more people doing that. Of course, you have countries like Russia and China that have some groups that are using it because they know that it's going to be hard for people from the US to catch them, for example. But it's not to say that there are not such in groups in the US and in other places in Western Europe as well. And it's all over. Like it's estimated that about 1 million kids got their information stolen last year. And the consequences are bad. They're losing billions of dollars every year just from gaming because someone stole their information. It could be their parents' credit card number. It could be even their parents' social security numbers. We had cases on our platform of scammers asking kids, "Hey, can you go to your mom purse and send me her social security number?" Why? Because I'm going to send you like $50 in virtual assets in the game. Why do you need it? I need to sign you up for something in the game. So those are the type of scams that if
Yeah,
you're
it's very
7
easy
or
to
8
fool.
and
Yeah.
especially little kids.
Right, the world becomes very dangerous.
But they can also hurt each other, not for money. You know, they really can hurt each other and play with each other's mind.
Right, right.
That's
Yeah,
scary.
it's really becoming very scary. When we grew up, we also had scary stuff. We were, sexual abuse, right, but not like
Even
now.
welcoming to a school that the little kids were beaten up by the big kids, and then they did the same.
And the hazing,
it's,
right?
It's there all the time.
But tell me, so like American Express really take care of you. The watch, if you pay more than, I don't know, maybe $2,000, they call you. They ask, are you the one who is doing it?
Well,
Yeah,
today
but
the credit cards companies, they
No,
have
I
their
think
own
it's only
security.
American.
No, they all have security, and you can get more and more security because they have to protect themselves because they lose a
yeah,
lot.
but think about it. If you're a parent, like someone got access to your kid's account, and then the scammers are not stupid as well. They're not going to spend $2,000 all at once. They're going to buy something for $20, and then the next month maybe for $15, and then the month after $25. And you see that it's the credit card that is associated with your child's account. Maybe it's Roblox account or Fortnite account, like their gaming account. So say, okay, so he or she bought something for $15. I probably told them they can do that. Some parents don't even notice it because it's, $15 out of,
The change, right?
Yeah.
It keeps you on your toes because they develop things as well. Everybody develops things as well, and then you have to watch it all the time because how can you follow up children? They're with the earphones in front of a screen, and as much as you have programs to protect, they have their own world.
It's really
very
going to get
complicated.
worse because there is less social interaction. Kids don't.
No, that's their social interaction.
So their life is on the internet or with the games. So it's so many of them don't even notice that they become lonely because it's not a compensation for real social life or meeting people outside or playing football or whatever. I mean, a lot of them are very lonely.
But it's
hard to reach them.
But it's not only
it's
bad.
easy to reach them.
It's not only bad because as you have this side, the other side, those who are lonely or who cannot really interact, it saves them. So you just need to monitor it and limit it and work with this. Not.
Do you have a big competition? Are many companies like you?
So we do have some competition, and most of the companies that are basically we define as competition are working with the game company. They're trying to integrate their technology to the game companies. We chose a different approach, helping parents because we understood that, I'm a parent myself, and I want to make sure that parents have the tools to protect their kids when they play online. I think, the big gaming companies, they have their own tools. They have enough resources to to make sure that some of the games and their incentives are taken care of. I think
Where do
both
you
parents
put the
gonna have the ability
line
to do.
when you walk your kid through the whole thing? Where is the line between you with him, monitoring him, showing him, and let him be on his own and feel good about doing it on his own without you being worried?
Yeah, I think the line is the full transcription. So parents will never get the full conversation from our system. They'll get a summary of if something happened, and then the next line will be go talk with your kids. Here is a quick summary of what happened, but if you want to get the full details, go talk with your kid and understand exactly what happened. Have a conversation. That's what we want to have. We want parents to have an open conversation with their kids about what happened, because most kids, and we did like focus groups with kids. Most kids are dying to talk with their parents about those topics, but their parents are not interested. They don't understand the slang. They're not interested. They're like, okay, you're playing something out there, but it's the same as asking your
Leave me
kid.
alone. Yeah.
No, you
Yeah,
you
just
have
play,
to know
leave me
what to
alone.
ask children. I mean, I found out that if I ask them always, 100%, how was school? Great.
Yeah.
But if I ask them, anybody annoyed you? or anything, you're not happy with, there will be something. But so you have to know what to ask.
Yeah.
It's not enough to ask, because they have their own way to respond, unless if you want to go to the bottom of the truth. Must be a way you ask. What do you ask them?
Ron,
Right.
it seems to me that you're going to be busier and busier and
Right.
busier.
Right. But what you do, I think it's like amazing, very
It's very
important.
important.
Yeah, I hope that a lot of parents will know about it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they.
I wish schools will tell the parents, the first meeting with the
Right.
parents, first grade, everybody should know about this.
That's what we're trying to
aware.
do.
I'm sure school knows it, and I'm
No,
sure
they have
parents
to.
know it.
They have to get the parents the information.
It's part of the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's enough that you go to school to a gathering with the teachers and the parents. I'm sure everybody's talking
Yeah.
about it.
Listen, that was, I mean, I never knew there is such a thing. So
Well, we're infantiles, It's like
yeah,
we're
but I
we're
have
behind.
kids.
We're
I have
behind.
grandchildren, at the age he's talking about. Because my son, my son played, and even played violent games. And I don't know
Many
how,
of the games
I
are
don't know how
violent.
I allowed them. I don't know what you do with those incredible violent games. Are you dealing with that too, or you're not not dealing with the content?
See, we're not dealing with the content. I honestly, personally don't think that the content is a big issue. Every research out there actually showed that, people thought before that, if you're playing violent games, you're going to be more violent in real life, and that shooters will be the ones who played violent games growing up. There is a lot of research now behind it that there is no connection between
Right.
playing
Okay.
violent games and being violent
I
in
already
real
had
life.
guilt feelings. I
Yeah,
have good feelings, but I just couldn't stop it.
you don't have to feel guilty. My dad,
But he's a good
when I
boy.
was young,
Doing
he,
nothing.
he he was he was the one encouraging me to play those games. Today those games have ratings, but back then they didn't have ratings. And I now look at some of the games that my dad was the one actually buying me. I was like only 8 or 9, and today they're rated 16 and above.
Wow.
So
Right. Yeah.
So
Right. Listen, Tzili,
Ron, thank
that
you.
was very interesting, and I think it's very important, and
Yeah.
should be spread around like a fire in a dry field. Right? Thank you so much.
Thanks and
It was,
goodbye.
and good luck, and get to as many parents as possible.
thank you very much
Okay,
for inviting me, and for everyone listening. If you want to check more or learn more, feel free to go to our website. It's getkidas.com. It's GETKIDAS.com. In case you want to learn more about it.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you very much, and thank you for
Bye.
having me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you
See
next
you.
week.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.